From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. Thought is action and rehearsal. Friendship is an art of keeping distance, while love is an art of intimacy. In the small matters trust the mind, in the large ones the heart. People do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. We are what we are because we have been what we have been, and what is needed for solving the problems of human life and motives is not moral estimates, but more knowledge. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Impossible to escape the impression that people commonly use false standards of measurement, that they seek power, success, and wealth for themselves and admire them in others, and that they underestimate what is of true value in life. Men are more moral than they think and far more immoral than they can imagine. The liberty of the individual is no gift of civilization. It was greatest before there was any civilization. Illusions commend themselves to us because they save us pain and allow us to enjoy pleasure instead. We must therefore accept it without complaint when they sometimes collide with a bit of reality against which they are dashed to pieces. A civilization which leaves so large a number of its participants unsatisfied and drives them into revolt neither has nor deserves the prospect of a lasting existence. A man who has been the indisputable favorite of his mother keeps for life the feeling of a conqueror. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. Flowers are restful to look at. They have neither emotions nor conflicts. A man should not strive to eliminate his complexes, but to get into accord with them. They are legitimately what directs his conduct in the world. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. If you don't like a person, it's because they remind you of something you don't like about yourself. We choose not randomly each other. We meet only those who already exist in our subconscious. Before you diagnose yourself with depression or low self-esteem, first make sure that you are not, in fact, just surrounded by unpleasant people. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. Where does the thought go when it's forgotten? It is impossible to escape the impression that people commonly use false standards of measurement. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. The pleasure of satisfying a savage instinct, undomesticated by the ego, is incomparably much more intense than the one of satisfying attained instinct. Towards the outside, at any rate, the ego seems to maintain clear and sharp lines of demarcation. The dream is a sort of substitution for those emotional and intellectual trains of thought.